up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here, honey, to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I only watched it once. Girl, Erica was off the chain, wasn't she? I guess now that it's happening to other people, now that other people are offended by it, why is Kyle still trying to stick up for her? That's crazy to me. It's crazy for her to be like, you don't think that what you're witnessing is a problem. You think that this is loosening up, girl. I guess she figured let her do as much as she can because she got another lawsuit about to take her out. Y'all heard what's going on with Erica? Girl, this is a mess. She talking about she ain't never been in a bank before. I don't remember the last time I was in a bank. Oh, okay. Y'all trying to get people out of their houses and stuff. That's crazy. That is crazy what's going on with Erica and them. All right, let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. All right, so they start off where they left off with, did I tell you? Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry about that. The lighting was off my grill. Yeah. Is this thing on? Hello. Yeah, you see how Kyle keeps sticking up for Erica? That's weird. I was like, girl, what's going on? But then I hear that there's something going on with Kyle and Erica. They've been named in a lawsuit. And girl, people, let me tell you something. People love to sue, especially in the United States. So you could file a lawsuit for almost any fucking thing. So we'll see how that turns out. But girl, it's a mess. So they start off where they left off, right? And the chicken tender, right? Erica tells Crystal, you can't eat this, and Crystal looks like, she's visibly annoyed by the comment, right? Lisa Rinna seems to be visibly annoyed, but we don't know how they cut it. She could be responding to something completely different. You know what I'm saying? Diana's boyfriend, he gets up there and sings. He sounded good. He actually sounded good. And then Erica started singing with him. And I'm with Garcelle. I think she's used to being the center of attention. She was standing over there, when it was time to come in, everybody, they're like, come in from outside, Diana's boyfriend's gonna sing or whatever. So everybody's sitting around and Erica's standing over there near the lyrics or whatever. And he was like, no, don't look. And then that was when I tell you how rude that was so rude. And then you're trying to harmonize with him, girl. Shut up. You fucking can't sing. So don't do that. I was so annoyed with Erica Jane yesterday. I really was. I was like, why is she singing like that? Just no respect. No boundaries. It's just really bad. On top of being drunk, right? On top of being drunk, mixing your Lexapro and what else she said? Wellbutrin. She's singing with him, trying to harmonize with him. Everybody's looking around, and I'm trying to look at not the cast. I'm trying to look at the other people, the guests, to see if they're responding. And I think there was a guy. I don't know if that was Rob, but there was a guy kind of behind Erica, and he was he had dark hair. It wasn't Rob. Rob's hair is kind of brown, I don't know. But anyways, he was looking and then there was another woman who was looking I'm looking at their reactions. You know what I'm saying? Because of course the camera's going to be on the cast, right? Let's see. There we go. That's better. Out of control. Garcelle was looking girl, what the hell? See what I mean? See, oh, now y'all understand? Now when she's offending everybody else, when she offended Garcelle, it was oh, she's just loosening up. But Kyle, she's still on that. She's just loosening up, and we all have our moments. and she doesn't want to put the label on her like they did with Kim. But Kim was an alcoholic. That's the thing. Like, I don't remember who said it, but it's like, why are you trying to protect a friendship but allow like reckless behavior? You're allowing reckless behavior so that you can save a friendship? Like, girl, what's happening? That doesn't even make sense. It's like, you want your friend is clearly spiraling. She can't control herself. She's doing something that she knows she shouldn't be doing, and that's mixing prescription drugs, mental health medication with alcohol specifically. Like, that's like, you don't do that. Like, you don't do it with any prescription drug, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, everybody, I think everybody's fully aware, and I think she's fully aware. So if you are doing something reckless and you're fully aware of it, why are you saying that, oh, she's just loosening up? Do you want her to die? You want her to kill herself? Like, what is wrong? I don't get where Kyle is coming from with that. I just don't understand that stance she's taking. I don't know why would, what? No. And Kim was an alcoholic, or is an alcoholic. Remember Lisa Rinna said she was almost about to die? Girl, that was a mess. Lisa and Diana and Erica are over to the side. Kathy comes over there, and Erica says, "How's Paris?" And I'm thinking she's talking about the fucking city. I'm thinking she's talking about the goddamn city. I was like, what is she talking about? And I forgot, okay, she's talking about Paris Hilton, because she just got married, right? So I guess Erica was invited to the wedding and didn't show up. And she was like, I didn't want to show because I didn't want to bring my shame. I didn't want to bring my shame there. Yeah, because you're used to being the center of attention. Why would you think on that day that people would be focused on Erica Jane and not Paris Hilton and her fabulous wedding? Like, girl, I'm walking around with the scarlet letter, slurring her words and everything, right? And then Kathy was like, okay, this is kind of awkward. Everybody was like, okay. Kathy got her shit and she walked away. She was like, girl. So she goes over there and she sits down with Kyle and Crystal and Garcelle, and Cherie is over there. And she said, they were talking about Sutton, how Sutton couldn't show up because she, tested positive, and how it was going to be lonely for her on Christmas. Her daughter, I don't know, I think she has one daughter. Yeah, I've only heard of one daughter. Her daughter is in Italy with the dad and his new girlfriend. So that kind of made her feel a certain way. Erica is out of control. This was Kathy. Kathy comes over and she joins Cherie, Garcelle, Crystal, and Kyle. She joins them over there, and she was like, girl, she's out of control. She is over there. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't want to bring my shame. I don't want to bring my shame, because it's really hard. Girl, what? Girl, you need to stay home with all of that, honey. Kyle says it's just her loosening up and to cut her some slack. Garcelle says, you cut her some slack. I don't have to cut her some slack. I don't have to. You cut her the slack. That's your relationship. I have a different relationship, and I don't want to cut the slack. You know her better than me, and that's what I'm saying. Shut up, Kyle. What are you saying? You're not saying anything, but allow this woman to oversing the singer, cuss out kids, proposition a married man for a threesome. I mean, girl, let's pull the list out. How reckless does she have to be? How loose does she have to be, Kyle? Girl, it doesn't even make sense what she's saying to me. I was like, girl, shut up. And then she's back over there. Amelia helped me out, Lisa Rinna's daughter. What? I'm on Lexapro and Wellbutrin. It was the denial. What was she talking about? And then she tries to say she's baiting me. Kyle said that Garcelle is trying to bait her into holding Erica Jane accountable. Do you realize how ridiculous that is? She wants her to say that Erica is out of control. That's what she thinks she wants her to say. Why would you deny a behavior for the safety of a friendship? I just don't want to put that label on her. And then Crystal goes, I want my friends to hold me accountable to keep me honest. Do you? Because you lost 14 of them, girl. So what's really the truth? But she doesn't want her friends to back her blindly. I guess they did, and they held you accountable, and they all severed their ties with you. Why haven't we delved more into that story? I want to know how you lost a fucking volleyball team of friends. Fuck it. Girl, what are you talking about? Anyways, um what she say, she wasn't drunk enough when, oh, she wasn't drunk when she attacked Sutton, because Kyle says, Kyle is not Kyle, Garcelle is naming off all the things that Erica has done, and to back up why she feels the way she does. I mean, you don't need much evidence to be like something's not right. And she said, when she attacked Sutton, she goes, well, she wasn't drunk then. How do you know that, Kyle? How do you know that? Like, stop, shut up. How do you know she wasn't drunk? How do you know Erica Jane was not drunk when she was snarling and foaming at the mouth? Because that was not out of character. You're just happy to see her act a fool. I think that's what it is. I think you talking about she's loosening up. I think you like to see her act a fool. I think you like it, Kyle. I think you like it. Erica's super drunk. Garcelle leaves. She's getting ready to leave. She says that it is a problem. What Erica's doing is a problem. She sits down and talks to Diana. She says, I was really inappropriate at your party. You were standing there in all your white. I don't know, what was that about? I was like, what's she talking about? What does that mean? You were standing there in all your white, and I'm sorry. And she was pressing all my buttons. All my buttons Sutton was pressing. And you're more approachable without Sutton. Don't you got some children to feed? Shut up. Diana, hush. Didn't I tell you Kathy hides Kyle's purse? Kyle's ready to leave. Why doesn't Kathy want to leave? I'm like, because you're so weird and awkward. Did you see when she walked up to Cherie and she was like, I haven't seen you in such a long time, and this and that. I guess that Cherie was supposed to play along with it, but Kathy does that on purpose. She does all that shit she does is on purpose, acting like she don't know what's happening, wearing sunglasses in the house. Girl, she does that shit on purpose. I told you. I wouldn't take shit that lady says serious. Kathy Hilton, at all. It's all a joke. Everything is a joke. She hides Kyle's purse, and Kyle says she wants her to stay with her. Come on, money. Come on, money. She wants her to stay with her. Girl, what she wants, she need to leave too. Dorit and PK are over there having a conversation. I guess PK got a DUI and didn't tell her. It came out in the news. He told Maurice, what? Mauricio. He told him. I hate that they were like on my closed caption when they were calling him Mo, they were spelling it M-A-U. What? Why would y'all spelling it like that? That's not how you spell Mo. Just because his name is Maurice. It's M-O-E. It's, girl, anyways. So she found out the next day. So she's like, I'm annoyed again. He tested 0.83 or 0.81. Anyway, we don't lie to each other, she says. If, you don't lie to me, tell me the truth. And then what's crazy is, like, again, he told Mauricio, and Mauricio didn't even tell Kyle. What else do y'all not tell each other? Girl, I love it. What else do y'all not tell each other? Erica's house. She's getting her hair. She's doing the hair extensions. Lisa Rinna comes over. Is that his name? Jamie? He was on the Pussycat Dolls. Remember when he did he used to do the choreography and stuff for the Pussycat Dolls when they had a show and they were trying to pick Pussycat Dolls. Do you remember that? I think his name is Jamie. Anyway, so he stays back. The other person that was there with Eric, I guess her partner or whatever, he leaves and they're all sitting there and they basically tell Erica that Erica shares that she hit her head, she vomited, Rena says, you were shit-faced. You were shit-faced. And she's like, yeah, I overdid it. And you can't mix antidepressants with alcohol. You just can't. And everybody knows that. And then Lisa Rinna says, you were out of control. It's reckless. She was like, yeah, I was being reckless. And she was like, thank you for, telling me and pulling me aside and telling me I appreciate that. You can't do that everywhere. I'm used to socializing. I have a drink or whatever. And, I have another drink. And, I understand what she's saying. But I don't know. I feel like you should just have a little bit more self-control. Right? And then when she goes out with Garcelle, she goes from a chamomile tea to a fucking cognac. Girl, that's what Garcelle said. I mean, a Shirley Temple, girl. A Shirley Temple, girl. Get you a Shirley. It's easy. Get you a Shirley Temple. Do they make dirty Shirley Temples? What would you mix with a dirty Shirley Temple? Shirley Temples are good. I remember I used to tear them up. When I went out with my grandparents, when I would go out, I thought it was something, honey, with my little cherry in my drink, girl, with the little bubbles and stuff. Girl, I thought I was doing something. I love Shirley Temples. Don't y'all? I do. Why she didn't order? She went from a chamomile tea. Do you have a chamomile? No, all the hot stuff is downstairs. Oh, well, do you have a cognac? Girl, what? A Coke? Like, girl, a Diet Coke? What about a soda? What about some pop? Girl, that was so funny to me. I said, Erica Jane is out of control. She is. She's out of control. They go through all the holidays. Sutton buys herself a ring. That ring was so pretty. I was like, shout out to Sutton. I know that's right. Buy your shit yourself. I hate the story. I hate the I'm lonely story. I get so tired of that. I really do. But anyways, Garcelle and Sutton, they sit down at Garcelle's house. She says, New Year is coming up. What are you going to do? She was like, be a better person. She said, work on her temper. Diana's Christmas party, you didn't go. Erica was a little bit more than tipsy, I'll say. Sutton, she talked about how, Sutton being a single person on Christmas. Who is the girl? Find other single people. I don't know. Find other single people and have a party, have a dinner at your, but she did have COVID, but I'm just saying, just in general, I don't know why people do that to themselves. Like, oh, I'm so alone. It's the holidays. If you don't go find your other single friends and do something with them and stop doing that stuff. I think y'all would be liking to feel like, oh, I'm so lonely. Girl, shut up. Shut the hell up. So she said she's going to let her guard down. She was so sick, she was calling all her ex-boyfriends. I don't know. Sutton seems awkward or whatever. Her date with that guy, I don't know what was going on with her feet. She said she had something. I don't know what was happening. So she's going on a date with Sanjeet. Is that over here? Yeah, Sanjeet. She says she's looking for a man who is tall with a job. And then the producer goes, are you looking for a friend with benefits? And she was like, only friends I have are gay. I don't think they want that benefit. That was cute. Dorit and Kyle, they talked about how PK and Mo kept that secret between them. And it's funny, like, that you hear Kyle say that even if she has nothing wrong with nothing going on, when she sees a cop, she gets so much she gets so much anxiety that you would think she had a body in the car. Baby, that's how a lot of people feel. That's how a lot of black people feel. They do. Cops they're terrorists. I don't care what y'all say. For people to feel anxiety just at the mere sight of you, that means they don't feel safe. You're not a safety measure for them. You're a threat, therefore a terrorist. A constant sight, and it's like you keep, that's kind of like, it fucks with your nervous system. especially if you're in an area that's over police. You live in Beverly Hills. You might see a cop here and there driving down the street in they fucking SUVs, okay? Um, but girl, can you imagine in an area that's over policed? How those people feel just walking around, just knowing that just this person might just fuck with you because they're having a bad day? Girl, we'll talk about it on the hot topics. I'm not gonna even mention it, okay? But when she said that, I was like, I know how you feel. It's like you got everything right. You don't have nothing wrong. Everything is right. But you feel like when you see one of them motherfuckers, you feel like you got a body in the car. You be anxious and shit. It's like, because you never know, whatever their temperament is, they can feel like they want to fuck with somebody. And it's like, that's terrorism. It is. Sutton is down with Sanji. She likes Indian food. Well, she said, but she doesn't like spicy food. I was like, girl, what? Why are you out with this Indian man? So she's like, but I like Indian food, just not spicy. Girl, that doesn't even go. I'm sorry. What? How do you not like spicy, Sutton? Girl, it's that ancestral DNA, girl. They came looking for spices and y'all don't want to season nothing, honey. Y'all put 3 little red pepper flakes and it'd be, ooh, it's so spicy. Pepper. Y'all put pepper and the shit be spicy to y'all. Like just regular black pepper. Y'all be like, ooh, it's so spicy. Did you see that TikTok? That woman, a white lady, she's like, I guess at a family picnic, and you see all the chicken is on the grill. Not a lick of seasoning. Nothing, girl. Not even a piece of butter on there, okay? She said, you're not going to put any seasoning on that? You can hear somebody in the background saying, well, they said they want to cook it a little. She's like, oh, okay. Cook it a little. What the fuck? And it was so funny because the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact, I was watching just people cooking on YouTube or whatever. And this woman was making fried wings. She was making some wings. She was making some macaroni and cheese, some candied yams, cornbread, and I think she made some greens too. When she made her chicken, baby, when I tell you she seasoned the flour, season the flour, have the chicken already sitting in the buttermilk, seasoned buttermilk, okay? And then she was like, then you take them out of the buttermilk, put them in your seasoned flour, and you could put them back in the buttermilk and the flour again so you could double. Girl, come on. I'm like, we seasoning food out here, okay? Girl, so fast. It was good. I was like, she put all the seasoning. She didn't even put a lot of salt in there. She was a little bit of seasoning, salt. But she was using all the seasonings. I was like, okay, that's how you fucking cook. Compared to this lady, it was like nothing on this chicken on the grill. Nothing at all. Girl's a mess. So her and Sanjit are sitting there talking. Went to law school. I don't know if he's practicing law, but he went to law school. He was also a contestant on Jeopardy. Love that. When I tell you, when she said that, I was like, oh, he's smart. He got a lot of information up here. Probably, girl, that I love that. She said he was on Jeopardy. My grandmother used to. I would be so amazed watching my grandmother watch Jeopardy and her know all the fucking. How do you know all of this stuff, lady? How do you know all this stuff? My grandmother, she was so fucking smart. Girl, she knew everything. How do you know everything? My grandmother, I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. Because Jeopardy, that got me. I was like, he's a keeper, okay? You could deal with the spicy Indian food, but he seemed like he was into her or whatever. But let me tell you, my grandmother, I would be doing a crossword. My grandmother used to always do crossword puzzles. Always. So I used to call myself doing crossword puzzles too, right? Because my grandmother, but I'll be over there stuck. And she would be like, okay, what's the clue? How many letters? And then she would give me the answer. I was like, how did you know that? How did you know that, lady? But my grandmother was always had her head down, reading, always reading the newspaper, doing the crossword puzzle, always reading. Before y'all was always had your head down in the cell phones, my grandmother always had some words underneath her eyes. Do you hear me? Baby, she used to know all the answers to Jeopardy. I used to be like, how do you know all this? I would be so amazed. So amazed. So when she said he was a contestant on Jeopardy, I was like, he's a keeper. Keep him. So she said they have college football in common. And I think music. They were talking a little bit about music, and so they seemed to have a nice flow of conversation. But then she started. She said something was happening with her foot. I don't know if it was itching. I don't know what was going on. Y'all, let me know what was happening with Sutton's foot. And she was like, I'm getting uncomfortable or whatever. And it's like, I thought at first, bitch, she was trying to, like, you know what they used to do back in the day, like on Three's Company, when the lady was trying to flirt with the man and she would put her foot under the table and touch his ankle with her toes. On Three's Company and stuff like that. Those shows, and you could see the under the table, and the lady's foot would be like that to the man, and she would be accidentally hitting somebody else. But that's what I thought something was doing. I thought she was trying to get frisky with dude in the under the table. Well, she had something going on. I don't know what she was going gout. I don't know what the fuck she had going on. And so, of course, it was a little awkward. So we'll see. I wonder if they've gone out on more dates. But he seemed like he was into her. And somebody who was a contestant on Jeopardy will never be out of conversation, ever. He probably can talk about anything. Like, girl, what? Shout out to Jeopardy contestants, okay? They went to Grandmaster Recording. What? I don't know what that was. They were on top of something. That's when Erica and Garcelle went out. Erica orders a chamomile. The lady tells her, we don't have any hot, like, beverages up here. And then she goes, okay, well, do you have a cognac? Girl, what? Bitch, how the fuck? I'm with Garcelle and Shirley Temple. How you go from a fucking chamomile to a cognac? You need to make a shirt that says chamomile to cognac. Girl, I know that's right. She need to make a shirt. I was blacked out. She was like, I was trying to ease on into it. She was like, no, I was more than tipsy. I was blackout. No, girl, I was blackout. You know, she's taking accountability. That's what Lisa Rinna does. Takes accountability before you can actually hold them accountable, right? So right when you sit down, they're apologizing for what they've done. They don't even give you a chance to outline your grievance. I hate when people do that. Let people talk. Save your little fucking apology. Just wait. Just wait. You want to take accountability so quick because you don't want to hear what the grievance is. No, you're going to listen to what the problem is, and you're going to listen to how your behavior is impacting people around you and could impact yourself. She says she's mixing the prescription drugs with the drinks. Rena came over and told me about myself, which I really appreciate. Oh, she was like, good, she made you own it. She was like, yeah, I just need to rebuild or whatever. And then she starts talking about Sutton. Girl, what is your hard on for Sutton? And then I thought it was strange for her to say, I'm glad you have Cherie because I think Sutton is a liability. So I'm glad you have your friend here with you because I don't think Sutton is a good friend to you, basically. She said she was the most scandalous. Oh, that's what Garcelle said. She's the most scandalous woman in America right now. Yeah, Erica Jane got a lot of stuff going on, lawsuits and stuff. A lot. Girl, hanging around you is probably more of a liability. Being seen with you. If we adopted birds of a feather flock together, girl, we don't want to be seen with you, honey. She tells Garcelle, you don't have to protect Sutton. You don't have to cover her. What? And I was like, what is she talking about? Girl, I don't know what she's talking about. Maybe she's getting ready to come after Sutton and she doesn't want Garcelle to get in it. I don't know. I don't know, girl. That was it. That was it for the episode. I was like, girl, what is Erica Jane talking about? Girl, you sound crazy as hell sitting here. Garcelle was looking at her like, that's how I'm looking at her. Like, girl, what's up? Sutton is a liability. And I think she tells her to lay off on Sutton. I don't know. Girl, that was stupid. I was like, Erica Jane is out of control. So apparently Erica Jane has another lawsuit. I guess where somebody tried to go into a bank and with an alias, right? Because Erica Jane says she hasn't been to, I don't even know what it's like to deposit a check anymore. You don't. Oh, you don't. She said she blacked out, hit her head, child. I could have hurt myself. Erica Jane served with a $50 million lawsuit upon returning from a luxe Hawaiian vacation. How embarrassing. That is embarrassing. It says it accuses Jane of 9 charges, including racketeering, conspiracy to commit racketeering, unlawful business practice, and deceit, among others, in relation to an ongoing legal drama involving her estranged ex-husband, Tom Girardi. Tom and Erica routinely misappropriated client settlement money to project an image of wealth and to prop up a lifestyle made for reality TV. The lawsuit also alleges that Jane's EJ Global Company was created for the purpose of funneling money from Girardi Keese to benefit Erica. Crazy. Yeah, she got served, honey. You got served. Did you get served, girl? That's a mess. That is a stone cold mess. Lawsuit. Let me see. Yep. Federal racketeering lawsuit. Pocketing plane crash settlement money. That's old. This lawsuit was filed on July 6th. It alleges that Jane and her ex-husband pocketed millions of dollars from a settlement fund for the families of victim of Lion Air Flight JT610. A total of 189 passengers and crew members died. Girardi and his firm, Girardi Keese, were portrayed in Erin Brockovich. Okay, we know that. Jane filed divorce in 2020. He lost his license in 2021. And he was later disbarred in January 2022. Jane is one of several defendants named in the lawsuit. Wow. But there was another one that was mentioning Mauricio and them. Do y'all remember that? Hold on. Let me put Mauricio. What's Mauricio's? Shumaki? Mauricio. New case alleged Bank of America and Merrill Lynch. What was this? Aided and abetted Real Housewives Tom and Erica Girardi massive fraud scheme in posing as a victim's father and widow to steal $27.4 billion of victim sovereign tower settlement and purchase of Spelling Manor. Banks still refusing to help the members. The unopposed civil case for negligence is for the return for Berkshire Hathaway, owned Bank of America Corporation, for the victim and plaintiff, chairman and CEO of Hollywood Land Development Company, Nicholas Phipps White's $27.459 billion sovereign tower settlement, issued as a U.S. Treasury check in addition to the return of the victim's home from West Coast Escrow Company. The negligence case filed more than a year ago on June 7, 2021, which in part will assist 500 plus victims owed $517 million of the Girardi bankruptcy, has been assigned to a former U.S. Navy JAG. Okay. The victims, oh my God. Okay, wait. The Bank of America lawsuit alleges that the defendants, Bank of America CEO and Merrill Lynch presidents, were negligent in allowing a global Merrill Lynch consumer account to be fraudulently opened 3 years ago with a fraudulent Italian passport and a forged unrecorded birth certificate for the plaintiff by disgrace and disbarred Tom Girardi, naming 83-year-old Girardi as a father, and a fraudulent unrecorded marriage certificate naming Erika Girardi, posing as a fictitious Erica White, as his wife and now widow. The fraudulent Italian passport Bank of America accepted was illicitly obtained from the Italian consulate in San Francisco by Girardi, who was actually born in Italy and immigrated to the U.S. in 1954. And now, with now expired immigration papers, Girardi could face deportation. What? What? Oh my God. Disgraced Tom Girardi's 51-year-old wife and Real Housewives reality performer Erica Nicole Girardi, aka Erika Jayne, fraudulently posed as fabricated Erica White, who perpetrated to be the wife and widow of the plaintiff. Bitch, y'all was on some damn Ocean's 11 shit. You went in there, posed as the widow of a what? Erika Jayne? I don't believe shit that bitch say. You are a fraud, a scammer, honey. Erika the scammer. Erika Jayne the scammer, honey. What? They issued more than 25 unauthorized Visa debit cards to Erika Girardi from the plaintiff's global account for a vast network of friends, political operatives, and associates of a Democratic political fundraiser, Tom and his wife Erika, to illicitly use. Bank of America allowed fraudulent money transfers. Girl, Erika Jayne is going down. Erika Jayne is going down. Whatever y'all try to be, I don't understand why people come on these reality shows and you're doing all kind of fraudulent shit. Anyways, y'all, that's it. Ain't nothing I could say. Erika Jayne, girl, you a scammer, girl. You a scammer. I don't trust nothing that lady says. Nothing she says. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.